Hey guys, welcome to this video. We're going to go over 5 YouTube growth hacks that will help get you more views fast. And so to jump into this, if you're a small creator and you're trying to grow, you've probably heard the same things over and over and over from multiple channels. And, it's like post more or follow the trends or hack the algorithm, things like that. And today we're going to kind of go through and talk about the truth behind some of those things and how those don't work, but also give you some actual practical hacks or tips that will allow you to get more views quickly on your channel. So everyone is looking for the secret trick to blow up on YouTube, but growth isn't about chasing trends. It's about gaming the system. It's about making videos that actually matter. And that's what I want to talk about on this channel. That's what I want to grow on this channel, is the kind of content people want to click on and they want to stick around for. They want to learn things that they didn't know and not just try to game the system and find fast cheats to get through and get views and get growth on their channel. They want to actually find the right people. You don't need a viral video to grow. You don't need to copy the exact formula from every other person that's out there on YouTube. What you need is a smarter strategy, and that's something that fits who you are and it fits who your audience is. And so that's what I'm going to be breaking down in this video. And I've studied how real growth happens on YouTube. I mentioned in my last video, I've had a couple of different channels in the past, and I still do, where I kind of explore the more creative side of things and not necessarily the business or YouTube growth side of things, and have noticed what grows, what gets views, what gets pushed by the algorithm, and what doesn't. And so today we're going to be talking about that. And by the end of this video, hopefully you have a clear strategy to not just grow fast, but to grow the right way. So let's jump into it. All right, so the first hack that I'm going to talk about today is called the next video strategy. And so this is about keeping people watching more. I'd say most creators or most small creators or people who are starting on YouTube try to focus on getting only one video to perform. So they really focus on making that video. They look at the analytics, they're watching it for a week or two after, and they're stressing about getting that video to perform well. But YouTube rewards channels that keep people on the platform longer. So you're going to want to keep people on there longer. That means that they can watch, 2 or 3 or more of your videos. And so that's what you're going to want to do is create content that pushes it to the next video. That's what YouTube is going to push around. So again, most people think that growth comes from one video performance or one single video that goes viral, but YouTube is really about prioritizing the session that the viewer is on. So the longer you keep them on YouTube, the more it's going to push your specific content. So how do we do this? First thing you can do is end every video with a natural hook. So that is something that you're going to hook them into the next video. Watch this next, like think of how and what video you're going to link at the end of each video. And it doesn't have to be the same, obviously, but it's going to kind of link to the next thing. That would be a good progression for whoever's viewing in that specific video. How can you get them into one of your other videos? An example would be, now that you know these growth hacks, you need to fix your thumbnails. Watch this video next. Whatever you have a growth hack video and then you have a thumbnail video. And so you kind of tease that at the end of the growth hack video, send them into that thumbnail video, and that gives them kind of that progression to go through. Another way of doing this is with playlists or content clusters. So when you're creating your videos, think about playlists. You can have your big overall YouTube channel playlists, but also like series is, or like a playlist, a small little one that you maybe do for the next 5 videos. And it's kind of one leads to the next. They're obviously standalone, but they have a progression. So think about your content in that way as well. And this is why some creators grow a little bit faster than others, or their channels grow a little bit faster than others, is because they're great at making content that keeps people in the YouTube platforms and keeps them to stick around and watch more videos. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do. But if you keep people watching, that's just the first part of the equation. If you can't get anybody to click, then that's a problem. And that's where the next hack comes in. So the second hack is something called the CTR boosting, and this is where you're going to create click-worthy thumbnails and titles. So no clicks means no views, and it's that simple. If you're making great content but no one's clicking on it, it's because you need to work on your titles and thumbnails. And I know you've heard this from multiple other channels, but this is really key with small channels. I've noticed it a lot with my other channels as I'm growing on YouTube, and it's really about the YouTube thumbnail and title. That's what's going to get them in. And then the hook, the first 15 seconds is so important as well. But you want to start with the title and thumbnail. You want to get the clicks. And that's really the first battle. If no one clicks, the algorithm won't push your video. So how do you do this? The way I do this and what I've researched to work the best is something called the mechanism plus dream outcome formula. And so for titles, this is where you take the mechanism. I'll give you an example. That would be the 3-step lighting fix for studio quality videos. If that was the title of your video, the 3-step lighting fix, so that right there is the mechanism. That's how you're going to teach them to do something, or that's how they're going to get the outcome, right? And what's the dream outcome for that video? Having studio quality videos. So having the lighting look like a professional studio. That is the dream outcome. And then the 3-step lighting fix is the mechanism. So just think of those as two pieces to the title, and you always want to put the mechanism up front. Talk about how you're going to do what you're going to do. This is what you're offering, and here's the dream outcome. And those people who are wanting that dream outcome are going to click on the video to try to find out what your mechanism is. So that's the formula that I use. You want to keep the thumbnails clean, contrast heavy. Like obviously it depends on what your target audience is. I know that for different niches, you're going to have some really different thumbnail design work that'll be effective. In some ways, YouTube and the people that try to grow on YouTube and talk about growth on YouTube, they all have the same, overexpression type face. If you're not doing like entertainment stuff, I would steer clear of doing a lot of Mr. Beast style videos or thumbnails, excuse me, where it's really over the top. It's really like a work of art. It's a huge graphic design feat where you're trying to make something look crazy and cool. And, you're doing compositing and all the other stuff, even if you don't know what that is. I would steer clear of doing that type of thumbnail if you're not in the entertainment niche. I think if you're in an education niche, it really comes down to being clear. It comes down to kind of giving a compliment to the title. So having something on screen that maybe gives a little bit more of a glimpse into what the video is gonna show or talk about, and really kind of keeping it simple. So start with that, clear and contrast heavy. Have things that pop. Look at color contrast, or the luminance of things, something dark background and white text or something like that. But be creative in it, but also be simple. Keep things simple. So I think most people overcomplicate their thumbnails and their titles. They try to focus on it and do these huge elaborate things. I think it's as simple as using the mechanism plus dream outcome formula, and then just a real simple thumbnail that's clear and basically shows a little bit more, a little glimpse into what the video is about. But a good title and thumbnail will only get you so far and get people into the door. The real secret of growth is keeping them watching. And that's what this next hack is all about. So hack number 3 is about scripting for retention. Keep those viewers watching longer. This is where the most creators lose their viewers. It's just bad pacing. It's not editing or not having things that engage the viewer. And kind of like my last video, which was the first video, and I talked about in that, just jumping on, recording it in my office here at home or at my workout room, really, and not really setting up lights, not really doing a whole lot, and kind of rambled in that video. That right there would not be the best scripting for retention. It was just something that I need to do. And I will always say, and I've said it before, done is better than perfect. So if you have to just get it done and get it out, and you're not going to be able to do the best pacing, do it. Get it out. You can work on your pacing and your editing in the next video. My side tangent for the day. But I will say, if you can have time and put in the effort to do good pacing and have your script ready for retention. The easiest way to fix this is by doing something called the 2-1-3-4 method of structuring your video. Essentially, what this is doing is if people drop off early in the video, YouTube doesn't recommend it, going forward. So what the 2-1-3-4 method is doing is you basically list out your main points. You list out the things that you're trying to share and give important information on, and you take the second best thing and you put it up front. And the reason you do this is because it keeps the viewers hooked. They're probably going to start that first point no matter what, if they're interested in what you're talking about. And as they start that first point, when you move to the second point, it's like it goes up, right? It's getting better. It builds momentum. And then all of a sudden you have, your second best point into your first best point, which really is like the meat of everything. And then it might taper off to the third and fourth point, but they've kept that balance, which builds that momentum and it keeps people logged in and they're watching. So you want to kind of do that method. There's also another way of making sure that you have kind of a transition piece, right? So when you're ending that point, you want to call out to the next point in the same way that you do that with videos, and you want to call out to the next video and say, hey, go watch this. You want to present it in a way that you go from point to point. And as you hit the end of that point, you have a kick of script or whatever you're saying that brings up that next point and kind of pushes people into the next point and keeps them engaged. So that's what you want to do. Retention is key in unlocking the algorithm for YouTube. They push more content, the more people watch your videos longer. So that's huge. But now that we've covered basically the meat of creating the video, the inside of the video, what about making sure you're reaching the right people? And that's what this next hack fixes. All right, hack number 4 is called the 1-2 punch video strategy. And this is basically search or search plus engagement combo. So a lot of creators either focus only on tutorials, and this is kind of what I do in my other channels. It's very much educational tutorial based, where I'm diving deep into something very, very niche and very, very specific. So it's not really building a big audience around it that's getting views when people are searching for it. But so that's one side of things, is they do a lot of tutorials, or they only do like personality driven content. And they're talking about like just general things. They're not necessarily diving deep in something. So the best and the fastest way to grow your audience and get the right audience is to mush those together, right? To merge those together and do a little bit of both. Also do some videos that have both of those in there. So searchable videos get discovered, like I mentioned. So if you're going to do tutorials and you're going to talk specifically about something and how to do it, that's going to get discovered based off of search. People are going to search for it. It's not going to build an engaging audience, or not audience that will grow deep. It'll build an audience that will come search for stuff if it needs specific things. But engagement-based videos build the audience. So like this video that I'm doing right now, this is engagement built. I mean, there's some how-to, but it's really about the top 5 YouTube growth hacks that I'm going to talk about. And so this is more about engagement. So this is where I get the right audience in here who wants to learn how to do this, and how to do this by like authentically as themselves, and not just try to copy the next person and take their, titles and their videos ideas and do it. You're here for a specific reason. You're watching this video for a reason. So this is an engagement. This is about building audience. So how do we apply this? The first step is to make searchable videos. You want to make searchable videos. Look on, go on YouTube in the search and type in how to, or some of these type like keywords that are commonly associated with a tutorial type video, or something that people like, they're having a problem with something. If in your industry, look for those. See what is auto-populated by YouTube. Those are things that people are searching for. So you're going to be able to take those and make videos on those, and know that people are searching for those videos. You can also go, there's a lot of other tools that do that. You can go to, Google and like the Google search trends and that kind of stuff, and look through there. But definitely find or make searchable videos. That's the step number 1, answer common questions. Step number 2 is to follow up with an engagement-based video that dives deeper. So if there was a really specific thing that I'm teaching, or maybe it's a general thing I'm teaching, what is a more engagement based that's going to give some other aspects than just the, you know, how to and just the really rudimentary, not rudimentary, but the structured, searchable video. How am I going to make more engagement based videos that dive deeper into that? So, an example would be how to fix blurry videos. That's a search based topic. So, people are going to have problems. They have a problem with blurry videos with their camera and it's just not focusing or it's just not sharp, whatever. The engagement based video would be why your videos look amateur. Here's 3 mistakes to fix, or something like that. And that's where it's solving the same problem. And in fact, the blurry videos might be one of those 3 fixes or mistakes in that video, but it's a broader engagement type video to really bring in the right audience for your channel. All right. So this strategy helps new viewers find your video and keeps them around because you're using both the strategy based and the engagement based. But even if you have good videos, getting people to engage is key. And this is the final hack that will make this happen. So hack number 5 is the effortless engagement. And this is where you need to do something better than just saying like and comment and then leaving at that. Try to actually engage with your audience. Most creators beg for engagement and they just say, smash the like button and leave a comment or something like that. But here's the real hack. It's to make people want to interact. It's to make them want to interact with you and the other people that are watching the videos. So why would you do this? Engagement boosts your video's visibility, but generic CTAs don't work. So if you get people engaging and commenting on your video, it's going to help YouTube know that this is a video that people are engaging with. It's going to boost that, right? But if it's a generic call to action, like just hit the like button or comment, and there's nothing else, they're not going to get any engagement, so it's not going to help. So how do we apply this a little bit better? One is you can use natural questions or discussion points instead. So at the end of the video, you can say something like, what's your biggest YouTube struggle? That's kind of what I used in my last video. Drop the comment below and I'd love to reply or whatever. You're engaging with the viewer and you're saying something specific and asking them to do something specific, answer a question. You also pin a comment. So whether it's the exact same thing or maybe it's another discussion starter, pin a comment to start a discussion in the comments at the top. You can pin it and people will engage. And then I would say, make sure that you reply quickly. Reply to everything almost instantly within the first hour of upload, or depending on how quickly you're getting views, maybe the first day or whatever. Try to engage with them quickly. Again, that helps YouTube know that people are engaging in this video. So really, when engagement feels natural, people actually want to comment. So that's what you're trying to do, is make it feel natural, try to really help people and ask questions that will engage them. And that's how you build a real audience. So if you're serious about growing on YouTube right now without chasing trends or copying or trying to hack the algorithm, here's what actually works. It's getting viewers to watch multiple videos with the next video strategy. It's making your videos click-worthy with better titles and thumbnails, keeping retention high using the 2-1-3-4 scripting method, mix searchable and engaging content to bring new viewers in and keep them there. And then also, and I think most importantly, especially if you're trying to build something worthwhile, is engage and focus on real engagement with your videos and your comments instead of just begging for likes. That right there will help grow your channel right away. Most small creators think that they need to go viral or they need one video to go viral. But the truth is, growth comes from doing the right thing consistently over and over, not chasing the shortcuts. So if this video helps you, your next step is to stick around for my next video that'll come out and talk about YouTube strategies, growth, how to build a business, and how to be authentic and not just chase the trends and the things on YouTube. You're going to want to stick around for that. So subscribe, and also let me know below what kind of videos and other things that you might want to see, other questions that you have, or anything that you're struggling with building your YouTube channel. Drop those in the comments below. And if you're serious about building high quality videos and a channel and a business, check out my free community over on Facebook. I have an authentic creator community that is set up just for you and for people like you to be able to comment and talk about all these different strategies that we have, as well as get feedback on their channels and videos and things. It's just a great place to build community, continue on the conversation a little bit further. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.